What's up, guys? My name is Tai Zen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel where we talk about the real-world trading and investing techniques and strategies that you need to grow and manage a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio. Okay, I'm broadcasting here from the most expensive and luxurious shopping mall in Southeast Asia. Let me flip the camera around. By the way, I just got this new DJI Pocket 2 camera. I got it because it seems to make it more convenient for me to make videos for you guys. So I'm trying to make it easy for me to make videos and upload it to you guys. Unfortunately, this bastard, when I bought it, it's supposed to have unlimited recording times. But what the sales guy did not tell me was that there's a 4 gig limit, so I can only shoot these videos in HD and not in 4K like I had intended. All right, so let me flip this camera around so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you guys notice, I'm at the probably the biggest Starbucks ever that I've ever seen in Southeast Asia, right? So because of the COVID, this shopping center called Icon Siam, right? That's where my condo is at, right there. I just bought it. Thanks to Dogecoin, right there. So there's the State Tower. That's where they filmed that movie, whatchamacallit, the Hangover. Okay, and then if you guys come over here, all right. So there's the beautiful Chao Phraya River. That's where this area right here is where they shot the movie The Mechanic 2 with Jason Statham, I think, somewhere around there. All right. So let me just flip this camera back around. Okay. So I just want to. I like to be able to share some of the environments that I'm shooting these videos in as I'm traveling around, and it's kind of difficult to do it with the Panasonic GH5 that I had before because it's not easy to flip the camera around. So that's why I got this little handheld pocket camera here. So in this video, guys, I want to talk about something that I struggled with when I first learned how to trade, and I will share with you guys the mistakes that I made, and then I'm going to share with you guys what to focus on. Okay, so that you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. Okay, so this channel is about real-world trading and investing. This is not a theoretical channel. If you're looking for theory, this is not the right channel for you. Okay, this is real-world, how to make a shitload of money in crypto. Okay, so when I first started learning how to trade, I started out in the stock market, and then I moved to the forex market, and then I moved to the commodities market. And it wasn't until, I moved from the stock market to the commodities market, the forex market, and then into the crypto market, right? So when I was trading the stock market, I was having success, but it was not consistent, right? So because it was not consistent, I'm gonna say that it's not successful, right? And then when I got into the commodities and the forex, it was a little bit better success. I started to understand more the science of trading and investing, but I still cannot say it's real success because the reason why I say that is because I was not confident enough to quit my day job and go and trade for a living full time. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. Okay, so what happened was, here's the mistake that I made. When I first started trading, there was something I didn't know, and maybe it's obvious to you guys, but it was not obvious to me because I'm not one of those Asian guys that's good in math, so it was not obvious to me. Like I said, it might be obvious to you if you're listening to this and you're good at math, but it was not obvious to me, okay? It was not clear to me that this was how trading works, okay? So you guys hear me say many times that trading is nothing but math. It's all mathematics. Investing is math. And what kind of math? It's not geometry, it's not algebra, it's not trigonometry, because if it was any of that, I'm too stupid to do any of that shit. Many of you guys know I came to America as a refugee from a small fishing village in southern part of Vietnam. And when I came to America, Well, I came to Malaysia first, stayed in the refugee camps there for a year, and then I came to America. And my family was too poor. None of us is educated. I do not come from a bloodline or a DNA that's very smart. Pretty much all the guys in my family are pretty dumb as shit, right? We have very low IQ, and I hung around the wrong people. I lived in the ghettos to save money, and I hung around the wrong people, made friends with the wrong people, and ended up involved in drugs. Involved in drugs, and I went to prison for nearly 14 years. Okay, now when I came out, that's when I was in my early mid 30s at that time, and that's when I started learning how to trade like formally. Like before that, I was learning it informally through books, through people, through newspapers, through anybody. But it wasn't until about 2000 I got out of prison near the end of 2006, and it wasn't until near the end, about a year later, about the end of 2007, before I started learning trading like formally, like paying for education, investing in some educational courses, and with different groups of people, different people and stuff, right? And the mistake that I made was that I was so focused on technical analysis. Many of you guys may say, hey Ty, how come you claim to be a trader, but we don't see you doing a lot of technical analysis, okay? The reason why I don't do a lot of technical analysis, because it only makes up a small part of trading, okay? If you look at trading, most people look at trading as like a technical analysis and that's it. They don't look at it as anything else. And that is an incorrect way to look at trading. If you want to be a consistently profitable trader or investor, the way that you need to look at it is as if you are building an automobile or you are building a car. A car has an engine, it has a transmission, it has wheels, it has a steering wheel, it has an electrical system, it has a cooling system, it has a safety system. So it has a fuel system, it has an oil system. So there are many, many small systems that work together to create a vehicle that can transport you safely from point A to point B. And when you look at trading and you talk to the guys that are trading that are not consistently profitable and cannot trade for a living, the reason why they cannot do that is because they only focus on one component of their trading system, and that component is called technical analysis. All right, so there are many components to trading, and they only focus on one. So that's like me saying, hey, I'm gonna go build a car, but the only thing I'm gonna focus on is the exhaust system. That's it. I'm not gonna focus on anything else. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the absolute best exhaust system in the world. But then my car doesn't move. When I start, there's no engine, there's no transmission, there's no wheels, there's no safety bags, there's no electrical system, there's no fuel system, there's nothing. It's just a badass exhaust system. And that's the mistake that I made when I first started trading, was I would only focus on one thing and one thing only. And I did not understand why I was not going anywhere. So if you try to build a car and all you have is an exhaust system, all you have is a muffler, it doesn't matter if that is a gold-plated muffler that converts exhaust fumes into Dolce & Gabbana perfume. It does not matter, okay? The car, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You are not going from point A to point B because the car cannot move. You need more than just a muffler or a gold-plated muffler or a climate-changing muffler to get you from point A to point B. And I did not know that. And the guys that were teaching me trading at that time did not know that either. Okay, that was the problem. I was learning from guys that did not trade for a living, so they did not know it either. So I would learn from one guy and he was good at technical analysis, and then I would learn from another guy and he was good at math and probability and statistics. I would learn from another guy and he was good on entries. And I would learn from another guy and he was good on exits. I would learn from another guy and he was good with oil contracts. I would learn from another guy and he was good with gold contracts. I would learn from another guy, he was good with trading the euro. Another guy would be good at trading the yen. Another guy would be good at trading the Canadian dollar. Another guy would be good at trading tech stocks. Another guy would be good at trading oil stocks. So what happened was I was running around and I was trying to learn how to build a muffler from one guy, learning how to build the tires from another guy, and learning how to build the safety bags, and learning how to build the engine from another guy. And then the guy that was teaching me how to build the engine never knew that you needed to build a transmission and 4 wheels and a steering wheel to make the car work. And when I was learning from the muffler guy, he never knew that you needed an engine and a transmission. And then when I learned from the guy that was building the engine and the transmission, right, he didn't know that you needed 4 wheels to make the car work. So I was learning from guys, but none of them knew how to build a complete trading system from scratch, like from beginning to end, from A to Z, from cradle to grave, so that a person can come in, utilize, build that system for themselves, and be able to trade and make a living off of it. Okay, so here's the thing, I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. From 2007 all the way to 2014, I did not know that. But I started to suspect, after 3 or 4 years of inconsistent trading, I started to suspect that, wait a minute, something is not right here. I know I'm stupid, but I know I am not that stupid, that I've been doing this shit for 3, 4, 5 years, and I was religious at this. I did not go out partying. I saved up all the money that I had to go trade. I did not go and party. I did not I worked 3 jobs. Whatever money I saved up, I opened up the accounts, I borrowed money, I did everything I could humanly think of to become a good trader. And I still was not consistent, and never in my life, when I put my mind to learning Spanish, within a few years, 3, 4, 5 years, I was able to, I'm not the best Spanish speaking guy, but at least I can speak and communicate, like I can say, hey man, I can look at the Spanish that I learned in 3 to 5 years and say, hey, you know what? The effort that I put in, I see some results back. Same thing, when I go work out at the gym, I spend 5 years lifting weights, and I can look at myself and go, you know what? I can flex my muscles and go, hey, you know what? I got a little bit of muscles for the amount of work that I put in. And then the same thing goes for anything else I did in life except for trading. Trading was the only thing in my life that I dedicated 3 to 5 to so many years, full time. I slept, eat, and drink trading, okay, and breathe trading. I didn't care about nothing else. I remember a guy, this white guy, he found out I was in prison for nearly 14 years, and he goes, man, when was the last time you got some pussy, man? And I said, got some pussy? What am I worried about getting some fucking poontang for? I'm worried about making some money, man. And he thought, it's like, how can you go 14 years without getting some poontang, man? Ain't you worried about that? I'm like, man, I gotta get me some money. What are you telling me about poontang for? Right? If I get money, I can get poontang. If I get poontang, I don't know how to get money with it. Right? Maybe the girls and the prostitutes and the pimps know how to do it, but I don't. I need to make some money. So because of that, right? He goes, man, you know what? I remember him doing this. He pulled out 5 $100 bills, 5 Benjamins, and he slapped it on the table in front of me, right? And he says, there's no way that I'm gonna sit here and let a guy not get some poontang for 14 years, right? Oh, by the way, in case English is not your primary language, poontang is like I don't know if it's the polite way to say, vagina, okay? But that's a girl's genitals, right? That's what poontang means, okay? Anyways, so the guy, he slaps $500 US dollars on the table. He goes, man, we are gonna go get you some, I got $500, I'm putting it up, and we're gonna go get you some poontang tonight, Ty. I can't have this. I'm not gonna let somebody go for 14 years without some poontang. And I looked at him and I said, why don't you just give me the $500 so I can go make some money with it, right? And he goes, I can't do that. He looked at me like I was retarded or something. He goes, I can't do that. He goes, you want willing to offer to get me some poontang? I haven't made money since I was fucking born. Why don't you help me with that? And he goes, nah, man, that can come later. I said, no, it needs to come as soon as I can, man. I'm hurting. I'm hurting financially. I've been hurting for 30-something years, man, of my life. And I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being poor, man. And I go, man, if I get some money, I can get some poontang myself. I need to get some money first. So I went through that stage, right? I'm just sharing that with you because I just want to convey to you guys how serious I was about trading and learning to become a better trader and making money from trading, all right? So in 2014 was the big aha moment for me. After 8 years of freaking trading blindly, it dawned on me that I was focused on the wrong thing. I was focusing on chasing technical analysis. I would try the MACD, it didn't work. I would try the support resistance, it didn't work. I would try the moving averages, it didn't work. I would try the bullshit Fibonacci, it didn't work. I would try the bullshit RSI. The reason why I call it all bullshit is because they all work and they all do not work. Okay? The reason why I say they all work is that if you have the complete system, for example, if you're building a car and you have the engine, the transmission, the wheels, the tires, the exhaust system, the electrical system, even if you have a low quality battery, even if you have a low quality engine, even if you have a low quality tires, even if you have a low quality transmission, the car can still get you from point A to point B. However, if you build a car that has no engine and no transmission, you are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. If you have no tires on there, you are not going anywhere. Okay? Unless you're going, you have Dr. Brown as your friend, and you're living in Back to the Future, and where you don't need no roads. Okay? Maybe you don't need tires. But in the year 2021, if you want to get from A to B, right, in a car, you still need tires. Okay? So anyways, I realized I was chasing technical analysis. I was chasing one technical analysis tool after another, after another, after another. And I did not realize at that time, no one told me, Ty, it doesn't matter which technical analysis tool you use, just pick one that you understand and stick to it. The reason is because they all work and they all do not work. What do I mean by they all work? They all work because all technical analysis tools will work. The problem is, how often do they work? So for example, we use the trend analysis tools, the trend tool, okay, the trend channel. That's the tool that we use, and that's the one that we teach our students because it's the easiest one to learn, and it's the easiest one for our students to learn, okay, to use. And that, even when you use it, it's still wrong 40-45% of the time. It doesn't matter what technical analysis tool that you use, there's always at least 20, 30, 40, 50% that it will not be correct. So if you use support and resistance, more than likely, it's probably going to be right half the time. But the majority of the time, right, it's not going to be right. Most technical analysis tools, no matter how good you are at it and how well you interpret it and how well you do it, there's still a percentage that it's wrong. And it's usually around, I would say around 25% to about 66% that it's wrong. It doesn't matter how good, how smart, and it has nothing to do with how educated you are. It does not have anything to do with how smart you are. It has nothing to do with which technical analysis tool you use. There will always be a percentage in which it will not work. In other words, it gives you the signals to get in or out, and you do it, and it still loses you money. Okay? So that was the first breakthrough, or the first aha moment, or the first realization that I had, that I was focusing on trying to be perfect at something in trading that was never going to be perfect. No matter how well you do, it does not matter. Even the best one, that's any technical analysis tool that's correct, that works more than 50% of the time, that's fabulous already. But still, there's still 40% of the time, still 49% of the time that it does not work. Okay? So I came to that realization, and then the second realization was that the time frames. At first, I started with 1 hour time frames. Then it didn't work. I was wrong. I still lost on 2/3 of my trades. And then I switched to 15-minute time frames. I'd still lose half of my trades. I'd switch to daily time frames. I'd still lose half my trades. And I realized after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trades and looking at my students' trades at that time, right? I realized it doesn't matter what fucking time frame you use. You use 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, tick charts, daily, weekly, monthly, it doesn't matter. There will always be a percentage of times where it will not be, you will lose money. And it's usually 25 to 66% of the time, okay? Where it doesn't matter what time frame you use, and it doesn't matter what technical analysis tool you use, you will still lose money. So that was a big breakthrough for me, okay? So I realized I should not be wasting time on technical analysis. I should not be wasting time on time frames. What is it that I should be focused on then? If that's not what should be my focus to become a good trader, what should my mind be focused on? What should I be practicing? What should I be studying? What should I be learning so I can become a better trader? And you guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? I'm telling you guys, no one's going to tell you this. No one's going to tell you this, okay? No one is going to tell you guys this. I'm probably one of the only traders on the goddamn planet that's going to tell you this, so you guys don't have to fucking struggle like I did when I first started, okay? The two things that you need to focus on when you want to become a better trader or learn trading is, number one, you got to know how to control your bet size. On Wall Street, they call it position sizing. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the streets, man. What the fuck is position sizing? What the hell is that? We don't know what the fuck that is. We don't know what the hell that is. What the hell is position sizing? I know what a position is. You know, I play football, I play sports or something, get into this position, get into that position. You know, the models, you tell them, hey, hold this position or hold that position. I know that. I know what sizing means. Size means, you know, the width, length, height of something, or how big something is, or how small something is, or what quantity something is. So I know what sizing is. I know what the word size is. I know what the word position is. What the hell is position sizing? Okay? So when I started learning how to trade, I'm like, what the fuck is position sizing? Okay? On the streets, we call it bet size. That means that, hey, how much are you betting on this, man? We're gonna roll the dice here. What are you betting on? How much are you betting? You bet on red, black? What are you betting on? Right? I'll bet you that this team is gonna win. I'm gonna bet you this team is gonna lose. Okay, how much you betting on it? What's the size of your bets? So on the streets, we call it bet size. But on Wall Street, they call it position sizing. So why the hell are they calling it position sizing for? The reason why they do that is because they don't want your dumb ass to know. So if they say bet size, then you go, oh, okay, so I need to focus on bet size. That's the secret to trading. Shit. But if you do that, then how the hell is Wall Street gonna make money? How the hell are you gonna, you know, trust them? They gotta confuse the shit out of you so you don't understand, so that you give the money to them to manage for you so they can get commissions off of it, right? I ain't trying to make commissions off of you guys. I'm trying to share with you guys the mistakes I made so you guys don't make the same mistakes. So I would say the first thing you need to know is how to size your bets correctly. If you're doing active trading, that means you're buying it and selling it, buying it and selling it. The correct bet size is 1%. Nothing more than 1%. So if you have $100, you only bet $1. Well, you can't open an account with $100 because even if you trade Dogecoin, you still need to make a $10 minimum bet size, right? So reverse the math. $10 is 1% of what? It's 10% of 1,000. Okay? 10% of 1,000. So that means that if you want to bet on the cheapest coin or the cheapest product that you can trade, it's still $10, right? Then you need to put at least $1,000 in your trading account in order to trade it. Okay? So that's the minimum. And that's not including if you lose 2 or 3 times in a row, well then, now, let's say you lose 3 times in a row, you only have $970 times 1%, that's only $9.70, but the trading limit is $10. That's the minimum trade size that the exchanges like Binance and some other places, they force you gotta make at least a $10 trade, right? So because of that, you can't have $970. You cannot have $1,000. You need about $1,500 or $2,000 to even open up the smallest and the cheapest trading account size. Okay, so that's just to get started. So that's the first thing you got to focus on is how much should I size my bet to see if this trade is correct or not. I believe Bitcoin's going up. How much am I going to bet on it? No more than 1%. Do you have to do 1%? What if you have $100,000? Should you start with $1,000 bet size? Hell no. You're an idiot. If you've never been trading before, why would you go bet $1,000 to see if something will go up or not? You go bet like $50 or $100. I said that but Ty, you said 1%. I said no more than 1%. You know what no more than 1% means? That means that if you have $100,000, 1% is 1,000. That means it's no bigger when you bet on that trade. It's no more. You're not going to lose more than $1,000. So that means you can bet $50, $20, $100, $150, $200, $500, you know, $800, but no more than 1,000. Why is that? Why can't you bet more than 1,000? Because when you trade, the times that you lose are going to be more frequent than the times that you win. That's just the reality. Everybody thinks that, oh, when I go trade, I'm going to, be right 50% of the time, 60% of the time, 80% of the time. No, you're not. No, you're not. When I train my students, if they can be right, if they can make money on 34%, a third, on 34% of their trades, I'm super duper happy because I know that they can make a consistent living if they can do that, right? This bullshit about you making 50% winning trades and 60%, winning trades, especially in Vietnam, these dumbasses that talk about, oh, I win 70% of my trades, 80% of my trades, they're full of shit. Anybody that tells me that they win 70% of the trades, tell them to come talk to me. I want to see them do it. If the motherfuckers can prove to me that they can make money winning 70% of the time, I'll give them some fucking money to trade for me, okay? And we'll split the profits. The reason why they can't come, no one's ever come tell me that, is because they can't fucking do it. That's why. Okay, so stop trying to do something that's impossible in trading. It's not probable. Mathematically and statistically, you are not going to win on 70% of your trades. You're not going to win on 60% of your trades. You're not going to win on 50% of your trades. You're not going to win, you're lucky if you win 30 or 40%. That's high. Okay, my winning percentage is around 34%. I've been saying that for the last 7, 8, 9 years online. Okay, and people are like, oh, you're stupid, yeah, you only win 74%. You're a sorry trader. You're a shitty trader. Okay, I'm a shitty trader, but I trade for a living. My kids don't ever have to worry about money. My grandkids don't ever have to worry about money anymore because I only win on 34% of your trades. You cocksuckers that win 70, 80% of your trades, how come you still working your fucking day job? How come? How come you still working your fucking day job? Since you're such a goddamn good trader, why are you still working your fucking day job and over here relaxing on the goddamn most expensive shopping center in Southeast Asia? Right? Why is that? Okay? So shut the fuck up and stop lying and quit bullshitting and stop making up shit that doesn't happen, okay? So, back to what I was saying. The first thing you need to focus on is what is the correct bet size. This is easy, guys. This is math. There's no emotional attachment to this, okay? Now, some of you guys say, hey, but Ty, in your Taifu cryptocurrency indexes, you say that if you're taking an index approach and 65% of the index is Bitcoin, then you're betting 65% on Bitcoin. That's not active trading. That's not fucking in and out trading. That's an index strategy. That's not active trading strategy. You're comparing two different things. In the index approach, yes, you got to go with what the indexes indicate, the percentage of it based on the market cap. Yes, on the indexes, yes. 80% of my money is put into an index, is using an index approach. So on that case, if 60% of the portfolio needs to be Bitcoin, then I put 60% bet size on Bitcoin. If 20% needs to be on Ethereum, then I'll put 20% on Ethereum, because that is considered a what you call it? That is considered a index strategy. That's not considered a short-term, or that's not considered an active trading strategy. All right. So don't compare the two. Right? For active trading, right, no more than 1%, because mathematically, if you lose 50% of the time or you lose 60% of the time, then mathematically, if you bet more than 1%, you're not going to have a portfolio left after about 3 months of trading, and you won't have any money left to trade. So you got to keep the bet size small, okay? So if you keep it small, I want you to think about it. If you bet, let's say you have $100,000 and you bet $1,000 and you lose, and then when you win, you only win 1,000. How the hell are you ever going to be profitable? Because if you only win, let's say 40% of the time, that means that the 40% of the time you win $1,000. That means that's 40,000. And then the other 60 times that you lose $1,000 each. That's minus 60,000. And if you add minus 60,000 with plus positive 40,000, then you get a minus 20,000. So how the hell are you profitable? So that's the key, guys. The second thing that you got to focus your brain on when you're learning to trade is, how do I increase and decrease my bet size to capture big winners? You got to know when to increase your bet size and when to decrease your bet size. Okay? On Wall Street, back to Wall Street, they're not going to say increase and decrease your bet size to capture big winners. Guess what they're going to say? Guess what they're going to say, guys? They're going to use some words to confuse the shit out of you so you don't know what the hell they're talking about. So they use the word scale. You got to scale in, Ty. You got to scale in and out of your trades. You got to scale in. Scale? What the fuck are you talking about? Scale? Isn't that something you stand on to weigh to see how much you weigh? Yeah, that's what it means. But in trading on Wall Street, that's not what it means. On Wall Street, it means, how do you increase and decrease your bet size? How do you increase and decrease the amount of shares that you have? How do you increase and decrease the amount of coins that you have? How do you increase and decrease the amount of contracts that you have so that you can capture big winners? If I lose 60% of the time, then that means that the 40% of the time that I win, those winners have to be big. They cannot just be one-to-one. Like I cannot risk $1,000 to make that trade and just, when I'm right, I only win $1,000. That's not a profitable mathematical system there. Okay, that's not a mathematically profitable trading system. Okay, I have to be able to win way more than that. Okay, so I have to win like 3 times. Minimum is 2.5 to 3 times more. If you do the math, every time I win $2,500 or $3,000, right? Then you'll see that the math works. That means that 40 trades times $3,000, that's 320. That's 120,000 minus the 60,000. Now I'm profitable, right? If I win 2 to 1, that means that I win $2,000. 2,000 times 40 trades, that's $80,000 minus the 60,000 I lost, right, on all of the other 60 trades. So I'm up $20,000 minus, transaction fees, commissions, and everything. I'm still going to have about $15,000 profit. So that's a mathematically profitable trading system. So those are the 2 components of trading that you want to focus on. Number 1, controlling your bet size when you start the trade, and number 2 is how do you increase and decrease your bet size to capture big winners, so that you can make up for all the losses, the frequency of losses, the high frequency of losses. Okay, those are the 2 things. There's many ways to do it, right? The way that we do it, there's a unique way we do it. If you want to learn how to do it, right? There's just, it doesn't matter. You can learn from me, you can learn from somebody else. If you want to learn from us, you can go to www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. That's www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. And I'll share with you guys the method that we use, okay? The reason why I cannot share it to you right now in this video, right, is because there's other components, there's other pieces of the puzzle that you got to learn before you even know how to do that. So I can't just make it in one video. So go check it out if you want it. You don't have to learn it from us, right? Don't think that, you have to learn from us. You can learn from somebody else. As long as you have the engine, the transmission, the muffler system, the electrical system, the oil system, and everything in your car, then you even if it has a low quality engine and transmission, even if it's a low quality car, it can still get you to point A and point B. It can still make you small, consistent profits. It's when you don't have all the components of your trading system and you focus on the wrong things instead of focusing on the 2 critical components. The bet size, controlling your bet size, and knowing how to increase and decrease your bet size, those 2 things are like having the engine and transmission in your car. Don't matter how good the furniture is or the leather is in your car, if you have no engine or transmission, you ain't gonna go nowhere. All right? Thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen. Thank you.